I'm Miranda Wright, I'm a third year photography student at UCLan, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to frame your pictures. It's sort of recommended by the experts that you should use a card that's antique white in colour, so it's just slightly off-white. And then so you buy whatever size card you're wanting to mount on, and it's recommended that you always leave slightly more at the bottom than you do at the top, just to make it look a little bit more professional. And obviously you want equal at either sides as well. So I'm going to mount this picture inside there. Before you start, you'll need sort of a few simple basic things you'll need. A nice sharp knife, which you can get for about £3 from any hardware shop or art place. A long metal ruler, which again about £5 from somewhere like Granthams, and a cutting mat, which you can get from any art or hardware store. And all I'm going to do is just score through the section in the middle, which is going to put the print inside. Usually I'd mark round on the back of the card where I'm going to cut with a pencil so it can be rubbed out afterwards, but just so you can see it on film, I've used biro today. You can buy in sort of Granthams a cutting tool called a Logan. With the edge of the prints, a Logan cutter will cut it at an angle. It'll give you a really clean edge just around your print, which makes it look a little bit more professional. You can buy the antique white card that I'm using for about £2 for an A2 piece of card, so it's quite cheap really. You need to be quite careful with the corners as well, that can be where it gets quite difficult. And then when you're there, it should just pop out very carefully. So now you can see that it's slightly bigger at the bottom there, and the print, when I've mounted it, will fit nicely in the middle there. Now I've cut the middle out there, and all I've done is just stuck some very low tack masking tape onto the back of the print I'm mounting. Again, you can pick a roll like that from about £2 from somewhere like Hobbycraft. It's very cheap. And then you want a low tack one if possible, just so you can readjust where you've put it if it's not in the right place at first. You can see there I need to move it a little bit more because it's not quite central. Now I'm quite happy with where I'm putting the print. I'm just going around the edges again with more masking tape just to make it more secure. Just going to lay the print there just so I can line up where I want it. I tend to cut the card mount a few millimetres larger than the print area, just so you can get a nice little bordered edge to your prints. And then when I'm happy where it is, I'll just go around the back again. If you've got some stronger masking tape as well, that would be good now, now you're happy that it's all in place. And there you are, and then with that you can put around whatever frame you want to put around it. Using the antique white coloured card is best for whatever print that you're going to mount, because it doesn't interfere with the tones that are in your prints. You can use it with colour or black and white, and it doesn't sort of take away from the tones that you've got in the prints. Whereas if you use something like a black card, it can tend to look quite dirty. It makes the prints look a little bit cheaper as well. You see, it takes away from the black there, whereas if it was on a neutral, it wouldn't interfere with the whites or the blacks. But that's down to personal preference with your decor of the house. There's nothing to say that you have to put them in a card mount at all. You can buy Foamex or foamer board from about £2 a square metre at Hobbycraft, and you can print prints up without a border, and it'll just raise them against the wall. The only thing with that is it will get dirty eventually. There's other ways that are a little bit more interesting, just to frame a smaller print in a really huge frame, again depending on what space you're going to put it in. I mean, there's nothing to stop you mounting more than one print together. All I've done with these 6 I have here is again just mounting them on the back with the masking tape, and then obviously cutting them out to accommodate for that. I mean, with the frames that I've shown you already, you can use either glass or perspex to mount them, and you can actually buy ones that reflect UV light as well, so you won't get the reflection you tend to get with glass. You don't even have to spend much on making frames either. For a recent exhibition that I did, I collected old ones from sort of tips, and then just touched them up myself. Depending on what colour you wanted, something like a matte black spray paint, I'll touch everything up and cover all the sort of imperfections up as well. And you can buy the old sort of clip frames for about £3 each from somewhere like Wilkinson's in town. Just get the perspex to put a print in, and it looks like you've spent a lot of money.